Several days have now passed since the case of the disappearing bunnies was resolved. Our daily life was returned to normal. It's still an unfamiliar kind of normal to me, but knowing someone self-seriously attending class. Normally, now Takasaki is assisting with my care, everything besides bathing at least, and dragging me along to classes. My classmates, first surprised to see me there, have come to accept my attendance in class as normal too. Macbeth's Three Witches. The Three Witches narrate the opening with Shakespeare playing Macbeth. Then suddenly vanished like bubbles, as though we were never in the first place. The existence of baby rabbits too had been forgotten, in just the same way. It's probably for the best anyway. To be a prisoner to something like that indefinitely would drive a person mad. Right, Shirahane's... How are you doing? My brother is suddenly interrupted. I still can't run a marathon, but I'm doing alright. Hey, I'm just kidding around. Don't think so. Take things so seriously. The peasant forces a dry smile. She's clad in a leotard. What with my equally flippant conversation partner, I'd gotten into the habit of speaking like this all the time recently. I should be careful. Hey, so I have a question for you. What is it? My Amity partner is taking a pair of scissors to a brand new point shoes. Has he driven her crazy? Not at all. It's keeping on slipping with new shoes. The tip's often too slippy. Huh? Oh, well, it's good to know my Amity partner hasn't gone completely mad. Hey, Erika-san. She touches my shoulder and she laughs. I said my elder sister do the same thing back at home, so I knew there had to be some reason for it. But as a topic of conversation, it seems to have helped dispel the awkward mood. We continued chatting until someone butts in to point out the teacher's late. Everyone finished changing ages ago. It's Ichigo Sasaki. She beams us, seeking our agreement. I guess. You're right. Perhaps she got caught up in something. I don't see Suoh-chan either. So maybe we're together? The Yuri Sasaki sister sneaked up on us. She grips the handle of my wheelchair as she speaks. The presence from her brow is easy enough to read. She's probably just, powdering her nose. Seems like it'd be a pain to leave it until after you've done with those leotards. Oh, Yaegaki-san. Her face flushes. Ringo nods knowingly, but then suddenly stops and stares at a fixed point of distance, like a cat before a mouse. If you like, I was thinking we could practice together. No thanks. I prefer to practice my own. I'd say it suits her. She's staring at Takasaki, the latter, having just turned down a classmate's invitation to practice together rather bluntly. She's so cool. But in a different sense of Suoh-chan, Takasaki-chan really hasn't changed though, has she? Though people's attitudes towards her become more favourable since the case of disappearing bunnies was resolved, Takasaki hasn't exactly taken advantage of it. She's a different breed of misanthrope from me. Life seems to hang heavy on her. I could understand disliking people for good reason, like I do. But in a woman's world like this, it's a real problem when someone just has a bad attitude. That much is clear as day. Her present seems to be on the same opinion as me, and she appears to be a little worried about it, even troubled. I'll turn to her and say, hey, if you can make that face, then why not ask her to practice with you? Huh? You have the same standards, so if she doesn't want to dance with someone less competent than her, maybe she'll dance with you? You really think that's it? I see some tugged at heartstrings of our good-natured class president. However... Just kidding. I think she just hates people. Huh? If she really wanted to practice with someone at a level, don't you think she'd have asked you by now? Oh, Yaegaki-san. She is over me, puffing out her cheeks. The white of her leotard fills my vision, and I get a good view of the swell of her breasts. I'm sure a big one will wear in spring. Being my own undeveloped figure, I get the urge to tease her a little. Hey, if you get too close, Shirahane, you might get a wrong idea. What? Shirahane-san? She looks on in a fluster before realising when I'm lying, and I laugh at her flushed face. Meanwhile, Takasaki is continuing her stretches alone. Having seen my classmate brave an invitation only to get shut down before her eyes, everyone's sending nervous glances her way. It's like she's a hot coal we're afraid to touch her for fear of getting burned. If she keeps this up, she's going to get completely isolated. When she ends up alone, it'll be a very different sense to Shirahane, I think to myself. Misanthropes don't seek to have other people like them. We're presumptuous to expect her to like you when you're not offering the same. But in her case... Oh, what will be, will be. What will be? Ah! Pinching the noise of Saki's sighs, I gaze at a reflection in my mirror. When I let slip a grumble about being hungry, she asked me if I skipped lunch. I had aquapazza for lunch. And that's all, since my Amitié partner didn't bring me any bread or rice. I see. Of course you'd want some rice to accompany a fish dish. I know, right? Even as I agree. It's strange to hear Sister Basket, who looks so non-Japanese, lamenting a lack of rice. I have so many questions about our teacher. I still have no idea where she's from. I think she once mentioned that her father was a priest. I thought priests couldn't marry. Are you that hungry, Miss Yaegaki? Oh, misinterpreted my contemplative silence. She puts a hand to her perfectly sculpted chin and thinks for a moment. It should still be... No, that'd be against the rules. In that case... It's fine. I'm not that hungry. In fact, being a little peckish only makes me more appreciative of God's grace. I'll be even more grateful for my dinner. Are you sure? Don't push yourself, okay? Sister Basket's topaz eyes narrow softly. She addresses me like a addressing me like she's warding off a small child. I always find myself asking her to take me back to her room and treat me to something, but that's the best she urge. Her room filled with teddy bears. Holding back a smile, I noticed how troubled Sister Basket looks. Is something the matter? Well, I have a favour to ask of you. Huh? Well, as long as it's not alone after, I'm game. Really? Oh, you're such a sweet girl. What did you do with Miss Takasaki? Just the mention of her name gives me a bad feeling about this. Now she's settled in here, I think it's about time she made friends with her new classmates. It's as you feared. The other transfer students are getting by fine. Yes, but Miss Takasaki isn't making any effort to talk with her peers. Oh, except for you, of course. Although even with me, she doesn't really talk about anything she doesn't have to. It's like to help break the ice between her and your classmates. Think back on when we had lunch together a little earlier. I think she really prefers to be on her own. Is that so? Sister Basket doesn't sound convinced, so I reiterate, but I'm sure that's the case. Miss Shirahane seemed like she preferred being alone too. And now she has lots of friends. Shirahane, huh? It's true that she has somewhat approachable air, however. While in her attempts may have been clumsy, she did her best to try and make friends. I doubt it would be possible to do anything for someone who won't even begin to make that effort themselves. I'm counting on you, Miss Yaegaki. Her smile makes it seem like there isn't a shred of bad in the world. And I can't say a word in return. If anyone else had asked me, I would shut them down watching Sister Basket. When I even walk off, my feelings are pretty mixed. I'll decide to just give it a best shot, but... Huh? Are you serious? Yeah, I'll take her. I spill the beans about my conversation with Sister Basket and the President, and overhearing it, here she go and thrown out a proposal that really touched me. I put a hand to my scant chest. You're saying you'll make friends with Takasaki for real? That's not what I mean. The cooking club's holding our regular taste testing event today, so I was thinking maybe we could bring her along. Ah, so that's what you meant when you said you'd take her. Of course, no one willing to take the initiative of making friends with someone as irritating as her. There was some special guests today's test event as well. Special guests? Mikado Senpai and Yashiro, naturally. Narane Mikado is perfectly sensible. Yuri Yashiro on your hand. I see. A case of curing like. That just means you both got sick. You don't feel like they get along? They're both weird eccentrics, so perhaps I'll head off. Perhaps. I suppose at least let me say I tried. Oh, this could get interesting. It's gonna be fun. You two are quite preparing yourselves, I mutter, watching Takasaki's back as she flicks through a textbook. This will be fun. Introducing our new idol to our... Yo, I'm Yuzuriha Yashiro, President of the Council of Nikaya, as well as a member of this here cooking club. You're Chidori Takasaki, right? And I am Narane Mikado, the Council of Nikaya's Vice President. Stop it, Yuzuriha, you're putting her on the spot. They introduce themselves briefly, since it's their first time meeting her. She really does stand out. With steely eyes, skin like porcelain, and hair with fine spun silver, the council president could easily have been made rather than born a woman. Okay, could have easily been made rather than born a woman. Trying to get my head around this sentence here. Are they saying she could be made rather than born as a woman? So it could have been crafted? Or are they saying she could have been male rather than born a female? That's an interesting translation choice. That is so ambiguous as to what we're actually meaning to say there. I mean, both may mean the same thing, but it comes across awkward, that particular line. The fact that her demeanour is so androgynous is completely contrast to her looks, only serves to emphasise her uniqueness, yet it's a male one. The golden girl who accompanies her is quite the showstopper herself. She's like a bisque doll. Is that a thing? Oh, apparently it is. Wondering if it meant Basque rather than bisque, but I think I've never heard of a Basque doll either. With pretty features, her luxurious golden hair, and rose southern eyes that threaten to swallow you whole if you dare look into them for too long. Look almost like figures in a religious painting. We're standing next to each other. Takasaki once had complimented Shirahane's looks, and now she seems startled to be confronted by two similarly good-looking girls. I guess those two are even more eye-catching on first sight. Yaegaki-kun? What's eye-catching? Oh, you two, gold on one side and silver on the other. It's like being encircled by a magnificent folding screen. Oh, Yaegaki's a funny one, isn't she? Yeah, I heard as much. I like her. I met him before, but it was the first time we've really spoken. Yachiro-senpai smiles at me cynically. She's the one Shirahane had warned me to watch out for. Now then, Yaegaki-kun, Takasaki-kun. Why are we going on with taste testing? We have a nice leisurely chat at it while we're at it. You know what? I'm going to take that leisurely chat in the next episode. Until then, speak to you in a moment. Bye-bye.